A Journey of Two by Throwaway Potatoes 24. Read to you by Fuff Daddy. Chapter 3. The sisters made their way back to the castle to prepare for their journey to the Valley of the Living Rock. However, before they could even step foot into the castle, they were met with a distraught Kristoff, who had run out to meet them with Olaf following closely behind on Sven. Anna, Elsa, are you guys okay? Kai just told me there was a commotion going on at the town square. What happened? Asked Kristoff. Well, honey, began Anna, I may have accidentally frozen a few houses back there, but it's all good now. Elsa helped me. Everything has thawed out now. Kristoff raised an eyebrow. Wait, you were the one who froze the houses? Isn't that kind of Elsa's thing? No offense, Elsa. Elsa chuckled. None taken. No, I did that, said Anna. You see, Elsa doesn't have her powers anymore, and I kind of woke up with them. Kristoff stared at both of them for a while with his mouth wide open before he asked, What? How? Anna has powers now? Asked Olaf, jumping off Sven and giving the sisters a very intrigued look. Interesting. Anna gave her husband a serious look. Sweetie, we have to find a way to fix this, so we're going to see the trolls. All right then, said Kristoff. We'll go pay them a visit. They'll definitely know what to do about this. Actually, when I said we, I was kind of thinking more along the lines of just me and Elsa, said Anna, twiddling her fingers. Arendelle will need at least one member of the royal family to be around in case anything happens. I mean, don't take this the wrong way. It's not that I don't want you to come. It's okay, Anna. Anna looked and saw that Kristoff was giving her a warm smile. It's all right. I completely understand. Don't worry so much about Arendelle. Just make sure that the two of you stay safe, all right? You girls can take Sven if you like. Anna gave Kristoff a quick peck on the lips. Thanks for understanding, sweetie. It's okay. We won't take Sven. I know how much he means to you. Elsa and I will take the royal horses instead. Olaf jumped excitedly into the air. All right, another adventure! Both Anna and Elsa looked lovingly at Olaf and then gave each other an understanding look. As much as they wanted to bring Olaf along, for some reason they both felt that it would be better if Olaf stayed out of this one. Olaf, said Elsa tenderly, Anna and I were thinking maybe you should stay back and help out Kristoff. Besides, remember what you said after the last adventure that we had together? That you wanted a break from them for a while? That is true, said the snowman, tapping on his chin, recalling his last adventure, which was their first visit into the enchanted forest. Okay, I'll stay back here in the castle. Besides, Sven promised that he would teach me how to play the lute. Come on, Olaf. We both know that Kristoff is the fantastic lute player here, said Kristoff in the voice that he would always use for his best friend. Nonsense! Quit being so modest, Sven, replied the snowman. Anna and Elsa couldn't help but giggle as they saw the look of exasperation on Kristoff's face. After packing the things that they would need for their journey, the gang was now standing in front of the royal horses, Hofsky and Fiora. Both Anna and Elsa mounted their horses, and after saying one last goodbye to Kristoff, Olaf, and Sven, they kicked off and rode away, rapidly leaving Arendelle behind. It wasn't long before the two of them were no longer in Arendelle territory and were now riding out into the wide open pastures. Anna slowed Hofsky down to a slow trot, and Elsa, who was riding alongside her, did the same with Fiora. I never imagined that we would be seeing the trolls again so soon, said Elsa. Anna snorted. I know, right? She knew too well what her elder sister meant. Of all the occasions that they had encountered the trolls, not a single one had failed to be paired up with a life-changing event. The most recent one being the time when Elsa was hearing a voice that was calling out to her. Another occasion was when her whole family had gone down to see the trolls, the time when Elsa had accidentally struck Anna with her powers. Of course, Anna didn't have any recollection of that. It was Elsa who told her what had happened that night. It was the night that marked the beginning of a life of being shut out, a life filled with secrets. Anna suddenly remembered something that she had meant to ask her sister earlier. Elsa? Yeah? Earlier today, when I lost control of my powers at the town square, did you really mean the things you said to me? You weren't saying them just because you thought they would calm me down, right? Asked Anna nervously. The elder sister seemed taken aback by this question, but quickly replied Anna with a loving expression on her face. Of course I meant those words, Anna. If it weren't for you, I probably wouldn't even be here having this conversation with you right now. I mean it. You saved me that day, and don't ever let anyone else tell you otherwise. Anna smiled at these words from her sister. She felt her heart grow the way it did back at the town square again. She loved feeling appreciated and not being shunned away. It was hard for her growing up with secrets being kept from her by her entire family, treated as though she were not capable of handling the truth. She absolutely hated that feeling because it made her feel like she couldn't be close to those that she loved, as though there were an invisible wall between them. But things were a lot more different now. She was reunited with her sister, and she had Kristoff, Olaf, and Sven. She wouldn't let the old memories haunt her anymore. No more. The two sisters continued to talk to one another, taking it in turns to share with the other what they'd been up to that week. I mean, I knew I was going to have a lot of work to do as queen, but I didn't expect it to be that much. It's all right. You'll get used to it. So, I'm guessing that you've been pretty busy in the Enchanted Forest too, huh? That's the second games night you've missed this month. Elsa paused for a short moment before going on to say, Yeah, ever since the mist left the forest, there's been a fair bit of work to do down at the Northuldren camp. I'm really sorry about missing the games night, though. I know how much you look forward to them. Oh, it's fine. You've got work to do. I've got work to do as well. I'm sure we'll be able to find a time when everyone is free, said Anna. However, it wasn't fine. Anna couldn't help but feel slightly disappointed at her sister for not being able to make time for their weekly family tradition. If she, busy as she was with her queenly duties, could make time for it, Anna was positive that Elsa could too if she tried hard enough, but giving her elder sister the benefit of the doubt, Anna chose not to say anything. Maybe Elsa will finally be free to come over for the next games night, Anna thought to herself. They were both so deep in conversation that they almost didn't realize that they had arrived at the Valley of the Living Rock when they heard a familiar voice cry out. Anna! Elsa! How nice of you to drop by! Anna and Elsa got off their horses and were immediately greeted by Bolda, who ran towards them and grabbed them with both their hands. Oh, I didn't expect that we would be seeing you two so soon, said Bolda as she pulled Anna downwards and tugged at her cheeks to inspect her face, and later did the same with Elsa. Come on out, guys! Anna and Elsa have come to visit us! One by one, rocks of all shapes and sizes rolled up to the sisters, and the trolls leapt onto their stubbly little feet to greet their visitors. All at once, the trolls fired 1,000 questions. How's the new Queen of Arendelle doing? What's it like living in the Enchanted Forest? Hey, where's Kristoff? And Sven? And that odd talking snowman? The siblings answered all these questions with great difficulty as they wrestled with the excited troll children that were getting heavier and heavier with each visit. Finally, when they managed to put the last of the troll children back on the ground, Elsa spoke up. Bolda, we're really happy to see all of you again, but we really need to speak with Pobby. It's important. Bolda, sensing the urgency in the Snow Queen's voice, nodded and hurried off without another word. She came back minutes later with Grandpappy following closely behind. The Troll King approached his visitors, looked from Anna to Elsa, and said with a crooked smile, Judging from our previous encounters, I would be surprised if you two came here just because you missed us. What seems to be the problem? Long story short, Elsa has lost her powers and I have them instead. Well, it's not really that long of a story now that I think about it, said Anna. You have Elsa's powers? Asked Grandpappy. Yeah, look. Anna held up one hand and concentrated hard, scrunching her face up in the process. At first, nothing happened. Then, a tiny blue light began to form just above Anna's raised palm. The blue light grew in intensity and then burst into tiny snowflakes all around, causing the troll children to jump up and down in the air, trying to catch them. Pretty cool, huh? Asked Anna as she looked around her to admire the beauty of what she had just done. It wasn't every day that she had ice powers. What's wrong, Pobby? asked Elsa. Anna looked down and saw that Grandpappy was looking at her with a grave expression. The troll sighed. Anna, there are only two ways in which one may come into possession of magical powers. Either you are born with them. As he was saying it, Elsa's eyes widened in horror as she remembered what Grandpappy had said to her family during the first time she visited the trolls. And then she finished the rest of the sentence for him. Or you're cursed with them.